Suspended Deputy National Police Commissioner Shadrack Sibiya will continue to testify before the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry in Pretoria this morning. SABC News anchor Sakina Kamwendo and SABC News reporter Canny Maphanga are in Pretoria for the latest developments. Sakina, good morning.
Morning, Leanne, and welcome once again to the Bridget Mabandla Justice College. And of course, joined by Canny Maphanga. Canny, day 63, second day for Shadrack Sibiya, General Sibiya. And yesterday, if we could just start off in terms of what he wanted to posit before the commission yesterday. A few themes emerging. His time at JMPD, that's the Johannesburg Metro Police Department, and it's something that we've spoken about, whereby we've heard a lot about EMPD. JMPD hasn't really been in the spotlight. There was also the question about what happened on social media, and then of course the PKTT, its disbandment, the role of General Fani Masemola in all of that.
Good morning to you, Sakina, and to the viewers at home. As has become the norm, the Commission allows Phase 2 implicated persons to give their version in full, that is, give their statement in full, without interruption, before that deep probing questioning begins. And what we can take from Sibiya's testimony is that he clearly was aware that the dark clouds, if you could put it that way, in his past, in his career, is something that he could anticipate that would come up in his testimony. That's why you see him addressing it at the outset. And what you get from his testimony is that he seeks to lay a foundation that this is a common trend or theme that emerges in his career every now and again. So he states that there is this alleged coordinated systemic attack and modus operandi that continues to feature throughout his over 30 years in the police service, whether it is the rendition case where he claims that it was false, or whether it is his term at the city of Johannesburg and the purchase of that spy equipment where there was adverse findings regarding that, or now where there is the July media briefing that places him at the center of this alleged relationship with shadowy figures that form part of an alleged drug cartel. So he seeks to address it first. However, the difficulty with a lot of the testimony that he provided yesterday, which was largely to, I guess, walk back some of the allegations made against him, is that there is actually hard evidence and there's multiple key players involved that will provide significant challenges for him when that deep probing begins either later today or in the next 2 days that he's expected to sit for his testimony.
Which is interesting, because one would imagine that he would be aware of the hard evidence against him, because given that he's a central figure with regard to this whole disbandment and, the allegations of his alleged links to shadowy cartel figures, he would be aware of what has been adduced so far.
Majority of the time what you see, Sakina, with the Phase 2 implicated persons, I think this is a common theme, is that they try to divorce themselves from the ranks they enjoy and the kind of associations that can attract and what message that sends in terms of the work of the Commission. So, for example, with alleged cartel member Vusumuzi Matlala, he does address that and says that he doesn't know him like that. Yes, and he even states that at the time that he met him, he didn't know who this person was. Now, that's a difficult statement to fully digest in the context of how we've seen Vusumuzi Matlala behave in terms of the WhatsApp exchanges. Majority of his interactions are guided towards securing his R1 million contract, and when he saw it being threatened, he reaches out to high-ranking officials to try and safeguard that. So you can't divorce your rank as a Deputy National Commissioner from the conduct that we're seeing in Vusumuzi Matlala's WhatsApp exchanges and say that your interaction with him had nothing to do with his alleged criminal dealings and that you don't know him like that. Because questions are going to emerge as to why did he come to your office to seek alleged counsel about his contract when the Deputy National Commissioner for Crime Detection doesn't deal with procurement.
And you don't know him like that.
Yes, and why were impalas allegedly delivered to your home? purchased by Vusimuzi Cat Matlala if you don't know him like that?
20 of them.
Why was Witness F facilitating him to arrive at your Thanksgiving ceremony if you did not know him like that? Why did you need a third party to speak to this particular individual if you did not know him like that? I mean, the letter tells you the third party was there because he understood the inappropriateness of that kind of alleged association. So these are the questions that are going to come up during the deep probing, which would likely back him into a corner as he seeks to distance himself and divorce the rank from the kind of associations, when in the larger context there's more to answer to, or rather it demands more answers from him because of the kind of power he would have enjoyed as a Deputy National Commissioner.
And that's where we'll leave it for now, Canny. Leanne, of course, when we come back, we'll have some analysis. We'll talk to more of some of the themes that emerged yesterday. For example, the role of the National Police Commissioner, General Fani Masemola. Was he playing both sides? To what end? We'll get into more of this when we come to you next. Back to you, Leanne.